Hello there, esports fans. I'm Richard Lewis and welcome to ELEAGUE Weekly. It's week 9 and we welcomed in 8 returning teams to the ELEAGUE quarterfinals. Let's take a closer look at our first 2 teams, Envious and Fnatic. So let's start by looking at Envious and a player I know you admire, quienes.
Yeah, I mean, this is the guy where his storyline used to be so tragic. He used to be the best player in the world, but playing for kind of a lesser team. I mean, I know Nico can feel what I'm talking about there, but then he got his chance to join what was the best team in his country, Envious, obviously, and actually they won his second major with them. They were in the final of the first major user. He's had a lot of success, but interestingly enough, the last few months have been probably the worst of his whole career. He's had all these last place at last 2 majors. In terms of his individual form, at ELEAGUE, he really picked it up. He looked like the MVP in that final of the group stage that we had there. But then at the major, I mean, he had his troubles. Obviously quite a tricky group to navigate, admittedly. So he's very much someone kind of proved again that he's one of the best players in the world, and kind of, obviously, is an ideal matchup to go against one of the all-time great teams to do so.
Puckett, you might not be known as a Counter-Strike expert, that might be something of an understatement, but for as long as you've been in the game, you've known about Fnatic and, of course, the man, Olaf Meister.
That's right. Over the last 2 years, you just see one guy always on top of the leaderboard, Olaf. Everyone considered him to be, if not the greatest, one of the greats in the game. You even heard him here at ELEAGUE. I don't think I'm the best, but I don't think there's anyone better than me. This guy plays with a whole lot of confidence, and last time we saw him here at ELEAGUE, he was off to a slow start, but he really turned it up at the end of each game. He was nearing the top of the leaderboard, and really, you just gotta love everything that this guy brings to the table. He can use every single weapon, he does it confidently, and he's got a lot of trust in his teammates.
Yeah, and we saw him come back from that injury. He was a little bit, shaky to begin with. He even talked, which I thought was really interesting, Duncan, about that fear factor of coming back from an injury, not wanting to potentially damage himself again. The first ELEAGUE quarter-final featured Envious and Fnatic and started off with Envy's pick on cobblestone. A win in the pistol round helped the Swedish team jump out with 3-0 lead. Envious then won 4 of the next 5 rounds, including an eco victory to even it out at 4 apiece. Crims and Dennis then showed up big with round-changing plays, including a 1v1 clutch by Crims and a 3-kill by Dennis, and Fnatic switched over to the counter-terrorist side with a 9-6 lead at the half. The Swedes extended their lead to 12-6 with another pistol round win, but the match wasn't over as Apex started putting in work, getting double entries from drop zone twice in a row, helping the Frenchman claw back to 12-11.
Apex once again showing how good he is at opening up. There's a second headshot coming through.
That's when Fnatic really turned it on, winning a 2v2 after the bomb was planted and getting 2 rounds in a row. quienes and Devil then overturned a 2v4 and reached 13 rounds. But that was it, as Fnatic won map 1, 16-13.
Fnatic for the first map here, it's going to be all them, 16-13.
quienes led things off on Dust 2, winning a 1v2 clutch as CT in the pistol round. But his team got picked off one by one in the following force buy. When Fnatic got through the following 2 rounds versus low buys, Envious took over and won 6 rounds in a row thanks to quienes' consistent play. From there on, it was all Fnatic in the half as they won 5 rounds in a row to end the half with an 8-7 lead. jW had 4 incredible headshots in the second pistol as his team got off to the better start once again.
He's looking for the fourth. He gets the headshot mid-air. What a madman. jW, how does he do it?
Olaf Meister's triple in the first gun round furthered Fnatic's streak to a total of 13 rounds in a row, which saw Envious getting eliminated from the tournament with a 16-7 loss on Dust 2.
So, Olaf, we have a couple questions for you. First up, you guys, Fnatic versus Envy was a huge matchup last year. What has changed between last year and this year, facing off against them in ELEAGUE here?
Well, I don't think you can really compare the matchup before because Envas hasn't really been themselves in a long time, so it's been easier this time around, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, talk to us about what happened a little bit on map 2. You guys were down 7-3, and you found the weakness in Envy, and you guys just came back with the quickness. So what changed?
We kind of just told everybody in the team, just said, we're not playing with confidence. We need to do what we usually do and don't be like cowards and take the duels. And yeah, it worked out.
yW likes to wash his hands before the games. I do it a lot, but not as much as before.
My teammate has a strange ritual. Just when it's about to go live, he always leaves and washes his hands.
For some reason, if my hands are like dirty while I'm holding my gear or I just ate food, it feels kind of like a little OCD feeling. I don't like how it feels in my gear.
Now let's take a look at our other two teams on day one, Na'Vi and Cloud9.
Let's talk about Cloud9 and indeed, of course, their young star, Stewie 2K.
Yeah, he is the guy who's really just kind of come out of nowhere. He developed so quickly from earlier in this year where he had literally zero professional experience as of January, and now he's basically the focal point of this team. He's the only one who is really stepping up any significant levels. They have these established stars like Skadoodle, Shroud, nothing, but you kind of know what you're going to get out of them at the moment. They're not hitting any kind of magnificent peak. Stewie's the one who's kind of come alive. He opens rounds up for them. They use him in an entry fragging role. Highly aggressive player. He loves that style. He can also op, so he's formed this very, very frightening double op setup with Skadoodle. And this is the guy who's right now the key to their success in every matchup they play, every international competition they have. He's having the most success against the international teams. Right now against North American teams, Cloud9 still is able to win some of these matches and be a very scary lineup, but without Stewie hitting a peak form, this team will go nowhere internationally.
Now with Na'Vi, it's kind of the same old, Duncan. An amazing storied team, and of course an AWP superstar in the form of Guardian right in the center of it.
Yeah, and obviously this whole team, they can still be very good even when Guardian's not at his peak. We've seen it when they had DreamHack Malmö in the major. They were still one of the top teams making the finals. But when he can do things like this, when you've already got a very solid, well-rounded team, very tactical team, and you add in a star talent like this is what will put you over the top. And this is why at one point in time, it was only for a month, admittedly, I actually had Na'Vi ranked as my #1 team in the world, where they just had that level of consistency, always making finals, always very, very difficult to beat. Like even when they tend to lose maps, they put up double figures, they grind out rounds, a very gritty team, go have guts. So I still feel like even though Na'Vi did go out in the quarterfinals of the major, they still got that lurking there. And I actually think one of the interesting things is it's true Guardian has been a little cooler recently. He hasn't been that like blazing hot star that we expect, but that surely can't last forever. He's got such a long tenure in CSGO of being one of the best players. It feels like sooner or later he's going to figure it out.
Thursday's second quarter-final match pitted Na'Vi against Cloud9. The series began on overpass, and Cloud9 got out to a 3-0 lead with a win in the pistol round. The North Americans came close to winning the first full gun round, but they were denied by Edward, who picked up a quad kill. The rest of the half was very competitive as rounds went back and forth, with Cloud9 heading into the half up 8-7. Na'Vi got off to a flying start on the terrorist side, winning 7 of the first 8 rounds to get on the brink of map point. But then Cloud9 answered by putting together a great run to even the score at 15-15 and force the overtime. The momentum was on Cloud9's side, but it was Na'Vi who controlled overtime as they played a flawless offensive game and followed it up with a round on the CT side en route to a 19-15 finish. The second map of the match was played on Dust 2. Although this was Cloud9's pick, it was Na'Vi who jumped out to a 7-3 start before the North American team won 5 rounds in a row to secure a close 8-7 halftime lead. Cloud9, now playing on the CT side, got on a roll in the second half and quickly locked down the map, winning 8 of 10 rounds and besting Na'Vi by a comfortable final score of 16-9.
Cloud9 take out Na'Vi on Dust 2.
It all came down to Cobblestone in this best-of-3 match, where Cloud9 stormed out to a 6-1 lead.
Nothing. Great headshot, third as well.
Na'Vi battled back, but the North Americans finished the half with a 3-round advantage.
And that should be the end of it. 9-6 favoring Cloud9.
After switching to the CT side, Na'Vi started the second half 5-0 and continued to put together a significant run to overturn the deficit and take a comfortable 14-10 lead. But Cloud9's individual talent came through as they won the next 4 rounds to even the score 14-all, powered by an impressive display from nothing. However, they would stumble at the end as Na'Vi won the final 2 rounds of the half to secure a hard-fought 16-14 victory and advance to the ELEAGUE semi-finals.
I am now joined in the chicken coop. We have their star sniper, Guardian. Guardian, this one went the distance. You came out on top. How are you feeling right now? You're into the Final Four.
Well, it feels good in one way, but the other way we played very bad. So we are not happy with our game. So yeah, we are happy that we are in top 4, but still, you know, the game was not good.
On your map choice, Overpass, this one was much closer than we expected. And then Cloud9, they were able to take Dust too. But talk to me about Cobble. It looked like Cloud9 off to a fantastic start, but in back-to-back rounds, you guys won 3-on-5s. How did you make it happen in the first half to even give yourselves a chance?
Well, if we talk about 3v5, then we have, like, you know, the plan how to play 3v5, and both of the ways worked out. And one was throwing smoke under the bridge and going into the smoke, all of us, and walking up to the side. And they were like, they didn't wait this way. And then the other way was to be to the long as well, together under one smoke. And then, yeah, I mean, we knew what to do in this situation, and it worked out well.
Talk to me about your opponents on the other side. Coming into the match, did you expect Cloud9 to be this strong?
Well, we know always that they have the firepower to be one of the best teams in the world. So of course you have to be confident against them. But yeah, we always know that they are a stronger team, and they showed it.
Now talk to me about the end of the game. It looked like Cloud9 was teed up to head to the semifinals. They had you guys on the ropes. Your money, your economy was broke, but you pulled out a big win, round 29. How did you do it with weaker firepower?
Well, I would say the deciding factor in that round was that I think in Starik's head it was like let's use this old style defense to the long, and that I was throwing to the long smoke from city spawn, so we stopped the the fast rush to the long. So yeah, we used our old tactic, and it worked out.
Excellent. Well, my friend, you are moving on into the semifinals. You'll be playing Fnatic. Are you excited for that matchup?
We'll see.
Stay tuned as we see which two teams from Friday's action punch their tickets to the semi-finals.